What's up guys? Welcome back to Chris Wong Vlogs. I'm with Brian.
Howdy. This is so strange to actually see how you do it.
Well, yeah, because like
camera.
you use your phone for everything, right?
Yeah, okay. I can see his arm reaching out. I see the back of his head for the first time in my life. I've only seen the front.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Unreal.
Brian's American, by the way, for any of my viewers that didn't know that. Wait, where in America are you from?
California, San Francisco, kind of.
Oh, I love
Bay
San
Area.
Fran. Okay, yeah. San Fran's cool, good time.
Yeah.
So you're a Cali kid.
Cali kid. Yeah, I miss home, guys. I miss home. I'm always on a ship. I live here.
Yeah, yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, but yeah, for those of you who don't know, Brian is also a fellow, at this current moment in time, crew member, and also fellow content creator.
For 77 more days, guys. 77, mark it.
Not that he's keeping count or anything.
Friday the 6th of June.
Yeah, at the time of recording, he has 70 plus days left of his crew member life on board.
Crazy.
But that is the crazy thing, because you and I both just kind of decided this year.
Oh yeah, you've announced it.
Yeah,
okay,
they
so
know.
we can talk about this.
Yeah,
oh,
these
guys, there's
guys
so much
know
to talk about.
I made my announcement video after I pretty much saw his announcement that he was leaving. So I was like, okay, let's just put it out to the world as well.
Yeah, which is it's a good thing. I've been on ships. I don't know how long you've done it. I've done it since 2017. It's almost a decade of my life on board.
Yeah. So, but you did 2017 straight through till now.
Well, obviously the pandemic.
Besides the pandemic.
But yeah, just the entire time. Started with a different company, then another company, now here. So
you did two prior to Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, and Royal since 2019. Very briefly, we were on the same ship, like. Oh man, I know exactly where I first saw you. Here,
Oasis 2019.
This way. I'm going to show you the exact spot that I once saw Chris Wong, and I thought, that's the guy who makes videos. And I was not making videos at the time. I just thought like, whoa, that's so crazy. He's got a camera, he's putting stuff out, and there's hundreds of thousands of people watching. This is unreal.
That's the thing. My OG viewers will see my videos back when we were on Oasis of the Seas together, right before the shutdown.
I can see where we met, or not met, where I saw you first. It was the dining room. It was the main dining room.
Oh yeah?
It was a drill, and we were standing up against the wall. And
right.
They were just, I don't know what they were saying, you know, like, guys.
What, did you and me have the same emergency?
Must have. I was truly right here. You were here, I was here, and I was like, oh, that's Chris Wong.
But you weren't in my station. Because I remember on Oasis, I was some sort of leader with the PDA.
Okay.
So maybe you were in my station or the one next to my station.
I cannot know for sure because this was in 2019. This feels like a lifetime ago.
I mean, like he wasn't posting anything kind of back then, and I had just started. I had just under like 10,000 subscribers
Chris,
at the time.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time when Chris was the only information on the internet about what was going on the ship. Like truly, if you didn't tune in to Chris, you had no idea what was going on. So it was like, it was necessary. That's why I watched, because I was like, what's going on my ship? I am not getting enough information. Chris seems to have it. So it worked out crazy.
Like, honestly, at the beginning, it was just crazy times. I remember just posting videos. I had no idea why I was even posting videos. I was kind of doing it just for fun.
I thought this man is going to be fired immediately for this. Like, how is he still here? Oh, he's here because he's stuck here.
Bro, you don't understand the amount. When I was first started, the amount of like people, like supervisors and managers that were telling me stop posting videos. Like, why? Should we walk on the boardwalk?
Yeah, sure.
They were just like, why are you posting these videos? And they were telling me to take it down, and I was just like, yeah, sure, I will. And then I just carried on anyway. I'm not sure I should say that in the vlog, but that's basically what I did.
That's wild. I am more nervous than you are. I'm a rule follower.
Yeah. All right, but okay, so let's go back to your beginning. So your first company back in 2017.
Celebrity.
And it was the same what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You were the guest entertainer.
I've been a musician my entire time on ships.
And why did you get involved working on board?
Oh.
Like, what was that moment where you thought, you know what, I'm going to apply to work on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I know exactly this moment. So, wow, it's bright outside, by the way.
Well,
holy smokes.
Summer in Europe at this time
Naples,
is pretty hot.
I'm already sweating. I just stepped outside.
Yeah.
So first off, I liked going on cruises. Like, I cruised before I worked on ships.
So you were a passenger?
Passenger on, I'd say 10 ships, 10 cruises with friends and family and stuff like lived in California, so we'd have to sail out of Los Angeles.
Obviously.
And Los Angeles had all the cheapest, like oldest ships. So it was like affordable. Like cruising was very affordable for me. Like I would do 5-day cruises for $170, you know.
That's
like
a bargain.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. And one of those cruises I was on, and there was a girl playing guitar, and I was like, wait a second. This is a job. I play guitar. I sing. And so I just went up to her and I just said, like, what is this all about? And she was like beaming about it. It was a Carnival ship called Carnival Breeze.
Still exists today.
Yeah, still exists.
Yeah.
Really nice. I enjoyed it. And she just said, like, I wish I did this 10 years sooner. This is the best job I've ever had. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was on that cruise with my other friends who are musicians. We kind of just started talking about it, like, is this something we could do? And then it wasn't more than like a year later that we applied and got accepted like the very next day, and they said, where do you want to go? And we just hopped on a ship. It was, yeah, I've just been doing it ever since.
All right, so the memory card ran out very briefly.
Right in the middle of my amazing story.
I know, he was going off on a whole rant, but yeah, but honestly, that story, awesome. But how would someone like you apply for that job?
So easy, so easy. The whole process for being a musician is really, really simple. If you already perform and you know what you're doing, all you got to do is apply and just show them some
but
video.
Where did you apply?
Oh, you could apply right with the company. So you could just go to whatever cruise line and then type in hiring. Then you're going to get all their stuff. Or the most common way to do it is with an agent.
Yeah,
so,
I was literally about to say.
Yeah, there's tons of agencies all over the internet. If you
but you did it straight on Royal's website, the careers website.
I did not. I went through an agency.
Ah, okay. Do you remember what the agency's called?
I do, but I think there's going to be a transition where I talk about other agencies in my future. So
okay.
I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah.
You know, looking at another video of mine, and I'll tell you more about it. You know,
okay,
in the future.
Makes sense. No, because I remember I applied through an agency too, and if I remember correctly, the one in the UK was called Crown Recruitment.
Okay.
And they're just in charge of Royal Caribbean, but for UK crew members. Because a lot of people ask me all the time, oh yeah, I applied on Royal's career website and I still haven't heard anything. And I'm always like, just go to your country's home recruiter, because I never went to Royal's career website. Like, I didn't even look at it.
Is that typical if you're gonna work in casino?
If you're from the UK,
yeah,
I think so. That's the only way I knew how to do it.
Huh.
I think it depends on the country or where you're from. But I remember I just Googled UK Royal Caribbean careers or something, and then that specific agency came up. And I applied straight through that website. I didn't even look at Royal Caribbean's career website.
Interesting.
So that's why I thought for Americans it might be different. But
yeah, as far as musicians go, you truly you submit yourself performing. You say, this is where I've played in the past. This is the amount of people I perform for, and they go, okay, great, and they just take a gamble on you, essentially, like listening to you in a video and just say, oh yeah, I think I'll be good on this ship, and then they send you out. But obviously, all of these agencies, they do it like they've done it for years and years. They know when something works and they know when something doesn't work. So
yeah, for sure.
I'd say if you get the job, you're gonna keep the job, as long as you don't screw up. Do something terrible.
There's music playing here, so it's going to get that copyright.
No, that's all right. We'll talk really loud. We'll talk really loud.
Well, we talk really loud. I was going to say, let's pause, but let's just talk really loud. So then we don't...
you can't hear this.
What deck are we on now? Oh, we need to go to 8 for Central Park, right? Okay. Deck 7. So yeah, we don't take elevators here. We take the stairs.
I take elevators.
Unless we're going, unless I'm going 5 decks or more, that's when I'm going to take the elevator.
Okay, that's
three decks or less. I'll just. There
have been times on ships where I tend to balloon up a little bit more, because you can just get a little lazy and start eating more than you should, and when that moment happens, that's when I start walking.
Let's talk about the food then.
Let's talk about
crew mess food. How do you rate it?
Oh, just in general, you want to talk about this specific ship?
Okay, let's start in general.
Okay, in general, I like that it's free.
100%.
That is what I can say positively.
100%.
I love that it's free. Every ship, though, is so
different.
Wildly different in terms of quality that you just have to pray that you get there and the head chef loves the crew. Because there are plenty of ships where it is okay, I am going to eat rice and chicken every day.
Yeah.
Because that's really the best I've got. But there's other ships where, when we launched Utopia, it was so good.
I was literally about to say, when we launched Icon, the best food, even just as good as the guest food. And every ship is getting the same ingredients. At least I'm convinced that they are. So it always made me think, why does some ships, the food tastes different when they're having the same ingredients?
Every ship definitely has, I'd say every ship within the fleet has a similar flavor profile, but 100%. The quality will be enhanced wildly. You know, you could eat a burger tastes like a burger, but sometimes you have a great burger and sometimes you have a terrible burger. It's kind of that is what you have to accept going from ship to ship.
Well, I remember the pizza on Icon in the crew mess was like, oh my god, this is better than Sorrento.
Really?
It tasted so good and tasted different to what was in Sorrento's too.
I've never been on Icon class. The first time I'll do it is Star.
Oh, that's right. August, because you're currently dating someone who's on board, correct?
Yes, Jaden is.
See, I watch his vlogs.
I'm so proud right now. So I'll be there, August 23rd. I'm pretty pumped about it. I bought a cruise. I
was going to say, so that's not the actual inaugural cruise.
It's not, because they kept moving it back. At one point it was, and then the inaugural became the 20th. And then the inaugural became the 16th.
I was going to say, it's been 3 or 4 times that they've changed it now.
Well, our whole thing was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to actually be there for your very first performance. This is incredible. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm going to be there for your third performance. This is still so exciting. Now it's like, oh, I'm going to be there like a week after you've performed the whole show. You're going to be tired of it by then. But it's still exciting. It's just costing a lot of money.
Well, that's it. Like when you and me eventually go, you know, have you said what you're going to do after you finish?
Kind of. I keep floating the idea. I haven't really said it out loud, so let's just say it on Chris's vlog instead of mine. I'm gonna just be going on ships, just like you see so many people these days talking about what life is like cruising on ships. That's essentially what I'll be doing. Instead of living on them, I'll be cruising on them. As much as I loved cruising, you know, back in 2010 and 2011, I have not actually cruised in 15 years. I don't really fully know.
The last time you were a passenger?
Yeah. So I don't fully, truly know like what cruising is like nowadays. It's changed so much. So I'm gonna just test
100%,
it out.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to Royal Caribbean ships, like obviously I feel like we're quite knowledgeable. But yeah, things like Virgin and Celebrity and Carnival, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, there's
not a
so
clue.
many brands I've never touched, and I genuinely, you would think that after almost a decade working on ships that this is the last place I'd want to be, but I am weird. I'm weird, and I really enjoy it. And if anything, I feel like maybe it's made me more excited about it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, because I get asked too, do you not get bored of being on the ships? And I'm like, actually, no.
Yeah. When I got on Allure of the Seas, which is a ship that, you know, is incredibly similar to Wonder, incredibly similar to Oasis, incredibly similar to a Utopia.
Pretty much.
I still got on the ship and went everywhere. I looked at every corner and I checked every single, you know, just thing that was different because I was so curious to see. Sorry, the camera.
We literally had to dodge this huge pillar.
So
we didn't think about the road.
I know if I feel that way today while I'm like showing up to work, I will feel that 100 times more when I'm just on vacation mode.
Yeah, I literally said the exact same thing. I said I can't wait for the day I become a passenger and I just start doing the things that, you know, we see everybody else do all the time. And it's going to have a completely different feel for us.
100%,
So
100%.
yeah, I mean, we're going to start paying for cruises, obviously, to begin with as well. I don't even know how much you're paying for your Star of the Seas cruise. Why? What room are you? What cabin are you staying in? Balcony.
Believe it or not, the balcony was more affordable than the inside stateroom, so I booked the balcony.
Really?
And it was $3,000.
Oh yeah.
For 4 nights.
$3,000 for a 4-night cruise. That's
or it might be a 3-night cruise. It might be
4-day. Yeah, 3-night, 4-day maybe.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
It was wild.
Yeah, but honestly, for me, Icon class, best cruise ships in the world.
I've only heard good things. I've never heard a single soul of the thousands of people I've talked to since Icon came out that have said a negative thing about it.
Yeah, no, like even for a crew member, like when we were on that startup team, never experienced anything like that before.
That's great.
Just the way Rove like marketed it, and yeah, just us being a part of all the festivities, like all the crew member stuff that they had going on for us. The best ship in the world. I tell people that all the time, and I stand by it. And people think, Chris has to say that. No, I don't have to say that. I'm very honest on my channel.
I think that's something that's similar about both of us. Like, yes, we live here and we exist here, and we want to, of course, nobody wants to be overly negative. But I think we have this fine balance. You have a fine balance of really, truly sharing how you feel about your life and your job and your work. Oh yeah. Let's remember where we are. Beautiful Central Park. But yeah, being honest, but also being sincere. And the sincerity is like, I really like my job.
Yeah, no,
I really like these ships.
We
dream.
genuinely wouldn't have done it for as long as we have.
Oh yeah.
If we didn't like being on board.
Yeah.
There's no way you could do it for as long as we have if you didn't like where you work,
it would be
and where you
torture.
live.
It would be torture if you didn't like it, because you're stuck here. You got to be stuck someplace you actually want to be.
For at least half a year.
Yeah, totally.
But in a weird way, I feel like you and I have almost had like parallel kind of like, I don't even know if it's like parallel careers or social media journeys, but it's like kind of led up to us meeting now in a weird way.
Yes.
And it's like the universe is like bringing us together.
We're starting our own Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's the Chris Wong, Brian James Cinematic Universe. Starts today, baby.
Yeah, because people have definitely mentioned your name to me.
Oh yeah.
Over the course of
and I hear about you all the time.
Yeah, 5
I hear about
years.
you so often. I'm sick of hearing about you.
It's like, yes, I do know Brian. No, we've never met. No, I don't think we've worked on the same ship. Because I forgot.
But now he knows. You didn't forget. You just never knew. I was literally standing next to you, silent, going, "Whoa, that's Chris Wong."
Actually, I think I remember one of my casino players. He was a big fan of you and me. I won't say his name on camera. I'll tell you off camera. But I see him all the time, and he's told me, yeah, Brian's talked about you and you too, and he even figured out that you and me were on the same ship on Oasis because he was there.
Got it.
On Oasis at that time as well. So I was just like, oh, okay. And I think that's how I kind of heard about you in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then obviously on TikTok. Well, where did you start blowing up?
Yeah, so TikTok is where I started, and I was not that anybody cares about this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I saw everybody making content on YouTube, and I said, wow, there's nothing going on the short form. I cannot find anything. There's nothing. So I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do that instead. Because I don't want to compete like with the Chris Wongs and the Jordan Bouts and these people that are like bringing in all of these views.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went that route, and I just wanted to share from my perspective, which is a very different perspective from most people on ships because I'm a musician. So there's a lot more time that I have and a bit more like freedom, I guess. Just
compared to my schedule.
I know. Yeah, Chris works like so much, dude. So much. Like it's wild. It's wild. So yeah, TikTok, and then. What was
your first post?
The first post was going to the ship. Like, hey guys, I'm going to a cruise ship. And
when was that?
Restart of Oasis in 2021.
So you went back to Oasis?
Back to Oasis.
At the restart?
Portside barbecue.
Oh, okay.
And I got really fortunate. I sat down with my buddies and I was like, okay guys, how do I do this? Do I make 5 videos first and then I release them?
Yeah.
Do I just make one and just see where it goes and then go from there? And they were just like, dude, just release it. Like, why are you gonna sit on it? Like, do it the day up. Like, do it the actual 24-hour period that you're there.
100%.
And I did. And I got really fortunate, and it blew up. And then just
wait, that first TikTok you posted blew up straight away.
Yeah. Because again, I think I was the only one talking about a ship on TikTok. And TikTok was so powerful at the time.
I mean, TikTok came out of nowhere, and then. That's how I came across him for the first time, just seeing his TikTok video.
If you guys want to scroll back to the very, very bottom of my TikTok, you'll see that video, and it is awful. It is the worst. I don't know why anybody watched that. I think it just truly was nothing to do with the quality of the video, and just like, whoa, this guy's on a ship.
Yeah.
But isn't everybody wearing masks? It isn't like aren't ships shut down?
So that's probably why it blew up. Because people were just curious, and
like, what the heck?
They just started asking. But isn't it weird when you look back at your first like few videos?
Yeah.
Like when I look back to my very first video, it's so bad. Like the camera and the way I look and the quality.
I loved how I looked, by the way. I looked much better than I do now. I was much younger, and my skin was less wrinkly. I had more hair.
I know.
Yeah.
You and me, we're aging slowly.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm aging fastly.
Not in our young 20s anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, old men.
Yeah.
Old men on ships. That's another reason why it's time to think about other things. Like, the younger you are, the more you can kind of be away from people that you love and your life existence on land.
Yeah.
And the more people kind of move on without you, the longer you're gone. So I'm hoping to kind of rebuild that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I've been missing.
And sometimes people may not realize, but working on board for 6 months or more, it takes its toll on your body. So in my young 20s, I was just like, yeah, whatever, I can do 6 months on board. As long as I'm making money, I'm happy. But now that I'm entering my 30s and my mid-30s, I'm thinking, 6 months is, it's starting to hurt.
Those first contracts, you're so excited too, because you're meeting so many people and it's just such a new experience. So that also means, what are you doing? You're staying out really late every night. You're going to crew bar. And you're staying out really late because you're going to shut down the casino and then still want to like hang out and meet with people. Like,
actually, my first job. So I've had 3 jobs on board.
Oh.
My first job was working in the shops.
Oh shoot!
Like the ones on deck 5.
You were a crew bar maniac then.
Yeah. We closed the shop.
Shops are, how crew bar exists. And that's why it's still open.
We would close the shops every night at 11 p.m. So Independence was my first ever ship I worked on. Shops closed 11 p.m. All of the shop staff straight to the crew bar,
Yep.
pretty much on a nightly basis.
Yes.
And we were drinking, And as a shoppie, we're younger, we're all in like in our 20s. So it was some of the best times of my life.
Yeah, you're young, you're in your 20s, you're working hard because you're working for commission, so you just have like a lot of fire within you.
Yeah.
And so it's like that work hard, play hard mentality.
It pretty much is.
And you go to crew bar. I mean, my first ship, I don't think I missed a night at crew bar. There was no like, all right, the night's over, off to bed. No, you're like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Crew bar, crew bar, crew bar.
I know, like if you don't go to the crew bar, I feel like FOMO.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm going to miss something incredible, which you're not. But
and then on top of that, depending on the ship, you have multiple crew bars. So you can't just go to one. You can't just be like, I'm going to 6. You're like, I got to check out 5. What's going on 5? Oh, dude, I hear there's a party on 3 tonight. Okay, I got to go to 3. Oh, you know what? But there's actually an entertainment party, and I hear it's at this room, so I'm just gonna go. Like nobody's gonna stop me.
Yeah,
so then you go to like the private party, like, and those are the contracts there.
And then someone would have a cabin party, an after party. Again, I'm not sure I'm supposed to say that in the vlog, but
is this just a vlog about partying at this point? Like, we've lost our purpose here.
This is what we really do on board. We're just partying.
No,
obviously.
Not anymore. I'm an old man. I don't party anymore.
I very rarely go to the crew bar now. Like I cannot. I get tired after work very easily now. Once a week maybe, even just for one drink is probably like the most I'm going to be doing now at this point in my career, as we are slowly coming to the end of our careers at sea.
I have friends that go to crew bar now and they just don't drink at all. They go because they know like, hey, it's a social place, but it's like, why start, why?
That's very healthy, yeah. So let's talk about, you said you are currently dating someone who's on board another ship. Mm-hmm. See, I've never done that. I've never dated another crew member who's on a different ship now. Yeah. I've done every other possible combination. Like I've dated a co-worker, I've dated someone from a different department, I've dated someone who was at home and I was on board. Yeah. So I've had different scenarios of dating in the past, but I've never had what your situation's like. Yeah. But the dating scene on board, like, do you have any thoughts and opinions on it?
The amount of internet you must be prepared to burn through if you're gonna date somebody who is not on your current ship. Just expect out of your paycheck to disappear at least 5 to 10%. I think I'm currently blowing through. Let me do this quick math in my head.
Well, it depends which package you're buying.
Yeah, I'm buying the absolute cheapest option of the package, and I'm communicating.
So that's the $4 an hour one, right?
They have a new package. It's not new, but it's kind of secret. Because they have all of these different versions, and some are affordable and some like are sneaky and they're like double the cost. But there's one package on this ship. I know there's a whole world of internet on ships that we can talk about one day. But there's a package. It's 120 minutes for $6.
This is for crew, by the way.
Which is essentially 25% off.
Yeah.
and so that's what I use. And I probably spend $300 to $400 a month just on internet because I'm not going to say like, hey, sorry, I can't talk to you. I want to save $5, babe. Like, no, you say, okay, I'll spend what it costs to you know buy this internet package, and then you do that every day for months and months and months and months. And realistically, the times that you're going to want to talk are at night when you're winding down, when you're
nothing else to
getting
distract
into bed.
you.
You're telling each other about your day.
When you've chronosed out, basically.
Yeah, you've chronosed out, and it's the same. It's in the morning, you know, when you're just waking up, you're getting going, you want to like say, hey, how's it gonna be? So it's just inevitable. So yeah, expect a lot of your paycheck to go, or be really frugal, and they might not be happy with you that you're not talking to them as often as you should.
Yeah, but but you did meet on the same ship.
Yes, which was lovely. We worked together years ago on Wonder of the Seas, but we just didn't have, you know, these ships are so big. There's almost 2,400 crew members on there.
Yep.
And so when your social circles kind of get created, it doesn't naturally mean you're going to just start meeting everybody else when they start signing on the ship. You kind of know who your friends are and you kind of stick with them. So she was on the ship, but she was in a whole different world. I'd see her around, and that was that. And then years later on Utopia, when we launched that ship together, is when...
And you recognize each other, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when we...
The spark started.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Saying hey to one another.
And now she's on the Star, like rehearsing, is that right?
She'll be flying out there really, really soon. She's in Miami right now. They're prepping everything, and
that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's so close. They're finishing the shows right now, and they're incredible. Take it from me, I have seen lots of just snippets of what they're building, and it's insane. Like,
it's going to be a little different to Icon as far as I can tell too, because what I've understood is they've taken all the feedback now from everyone from Icon, and they've made their changes for Star, then probably for Legend it's going to be different as well. So
not kidding. Like it is Cirque du Soleil. Like I love an Aqua show. I love an Aqua show on Allure, and I love Aqua 80. I love Aqua 80.
Yes, we do.
And I love some of the theater shows, and of course the Broadway stuff is incredible. But this show on Star, it's almost funny how insane it is. Like it's absurd. Like when whoever invented the show and said it out loud and wrote it on paper and said this is what the show's gonna be, I bet people were like,
that's not gonna work,
like
right?
That's impossible.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. And then they found a way to do it. They found a way to do it. It's really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to book on there to become a guest one day myself as well. After I leave Allure. The
travel agency, right? What?
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things I'm working on is I have a travel partnership with Lux Rally. It allows me to offer you guys an incredible price for cruising, and if you become a client with me...
I should have booked with you, dude. I'm so dumb. I just went to RoyalCaribbean.com. Oh God, I'm such a bozo.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask. Like, how do you guys book your cruises at home? Do you do it through Royal Caribbean's website? Do you use a travel agency? Do you use social media influencers? Like, I don't know.
You for real would have saved me hundreds of dollars.
Maybe even a better room too.
I literally just paid my final payment yesterday too. If I only talked to you just a day before.
Yeah, this is literally the day this is the first time we've ever met.
Oh yeah.
All right. I mean, we've been texting each other, like, you know.
Hey, what's up, man? You're gonna be on the ship? Oh, me too. Cool. See you soon.
Yeah, but today is literally the first day Chris Wong and Brian James finally met in real life. So of course we had to vlog absolutely everything.
My mom's gonna love this, by the way.
Oh yeah, my parents watch the vlog too, so they're gonna be following you. Yeah, because going back to the dating thing, I get asked about that quite often. Yeah. People want to know what's the dating like. For some reason, there's like maybe like a myth out there. Oh yeah, all the crew members are just like sleeping with each other. Or people ask me, oh, is it like Below Deck on Netflix? I'm like, no, not really. So
at the end of the day, like a ship is just a place where a bunch of humans are stuck together, and nobody wants to be alone. Nobody wants to be lonely. It's just inevitable. If you are social in any way, you're gonna meet people and you're gonna make friends, and those friends are gonna know somebody, and that person's gonna know somebody else, and eventually you'll cross path, and you'll probably meet somebody that you like spending time with.
Exactly.
And sometimes that means you end up dating. Sometimes that means you just have really incredible friends But
Yeah,
the longer
true.
you're on a ship, the longer you don't want to do it by yourself. You know, you want to find somebody who not only you can connect with, but also somebody who understands what your life is. You know, because it's strange. It's strange. And if you were to date somebody who has no concept of ships and has never worked on one, and try to explain your day in and day out, like they wouldn't know how to empathize with you.
So true.
Yeah. So
true.
dating somebody on a ship is almost like a necessity. Well, that might be too far, but
It's just natural.
Yes.
Like it's natural to go to the crew bar after work, just to unwind especially after a long sea day, for example. You're going to start socializing and interacting with other crew members from different departments who you would not normally get to see on a daily basis. So you naturally just build friendships and even possibly relationships, just because, like you said, it's a huge social setting amongst the crew, which is actually a lot of fun.
and you can't date the guests, so you know that's who you got.
It is strictly forbidden
That's who you got.
to date the guests. The whole ship life thing, it's going to be weird to walk away, I think, for both of us when it's all said and done. It's coming to you very, very soon
Yeah.
at the time we're recording.
I'm getting nervous just thinking about it right now. The anxiety is building up when you say we're done.
I mean, the biggest thing for me was, oh man, I'm going to be giving up the paycheck. I mean, we have a consistent Royal Caribbean salary right now, so to give that up is going to be very different for us financially.
Yeah, it is nice to get paid. Yeah, I really like that part of work, you know?
Exactly.
The pay part.
Yeah, and people have been asking, oh, so what are your plans after then? So yeah, I mean, we do plan, at least from my side, is to go through the social media route. We're going to be cruising a lot as passengers.
That's what you're planning to do? You're gonna
Yeah, I mean,
cruise on ships?
I've officially pretty much said to everyone now what I'm going to do. So I am going to try and do YouTube full time, cruising as a passenger, making vlogs from the story arc is transition from crew member to passenger.
Got it.
And then slowly start making my way up Royal Caribbean's Crown and Anchor program as well.
Yeah.
And start earning points, and maybe one day me and you become a Pinnacle member ourselves.
Are you jumping on Star? Or can you say that on camera?
Well, there is.
Cut it. Side conversation.
There's a lot of things we're going to talk about off camera too.
Okay.
And-
Guys, sorry, I hate to interrupt. I know this is important, but what I'm most amazed by Chris right now is his arm is just out at full length, and it has been out at full length for this entirety of the conversation.
You need vlogging muscles.
There's no way that I could do this. Like, I would get a tripod. My arm is not strong enough. But I guess your camera's pretty small. I'm holding a big old honking Sony.
Yeah, you got a Sony. What Sony have you got?
The A6700.
Yeah, so it's one of those big photography cameras.
Anyway, so I'm so sorry that I interrupted, but it was really, really occurring to me in this very moment how much you're holding your arms out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So back to the ships. You're going to be cruising that time.
Yeah, and I just launched my membership program.
Oh yeah,
So I started a Patreon. For the longest time, I've actually had a Patreon for a long time, but I just never had it active because I never knew what to post on it. But now that I've got this story arc of, I want to become a passenger one day, I'm going to start posting more of my behind the scenes. I've started throwing up all my deleted scenes from the vlogs too. Just extra content that I wouldn't normally put in the main YouTube vlog, or I wouldn't normally post on Insta or Facebook. Everything's going up on my personal membership page.
Yeah.
So far, I mean, I launched the club 2 days ago. It's got just over 100 members now. It's $1 a month to subscribe.
Awesome.
I mean, some people think I'm crazy for putting the price point so low, but I just started off my membership for $1 a month subscription. I just want to get as many people as I can to join the membership. So if you haven't joined, join.
It's more a community than anything. It's
Yeah.
not like you're trying to scam people. It's like, no, just be here, create value for people and do it. That's cool.
And I've engaged with everyone on my membership. Every message, every comment on my membership page, everything is getting responded to. So I'm loving, I'm loving having the membership right now. It's cool, and I just see it growing every day.
If you're concerned about him having enough behind the scenes footage, by the way, as a guy who makes videos myself, 95% of everything we shoot doesn't ever make the final cut.
Exactly.
Dude, you are going to be overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that he has to show you behind the scenes.
Yeah,
I guarantee you.
That was a thought process too. I was just like, why am I just throwing away all this unused footage, which is still good to watch? So I said, look, I'm going to start my membership. All my extra footage, bonus footage can all just go on my membership.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there is a lot of you out there that still haven't signed up yet, but you should. and to join my membership page.
I'll probably sign up. Freaking $1 a month? Yeah.
That's nothing. I'm
That's
practically giving it away for free.
Literally free, yeah.
And I'm going to start posting casino information there as well, because for the longest time I haven't been allowed to post videos about the Casino Royale loyalty program.
Which is crazy. It's a huge program.
I've wanted to do it for so long.
I'm thinking about getting in on it, yeah.
Yeah, so all casino information about the loyalty program is going to go up on my membership page.
There's music playing again, so we don't want to get demonetized.
Well, is that music or is that a band playing?
It's music.
Okay.
But I don't, yeah.
We'll go back to, have you ever walked through the casino?
Yeah, every so often, but I don't stay long. I don't stay long or I'll get fired.
Let's go for a walk through the casino now, because it's closed. Are you even familiar with the layout of the casino?
Wow.
Kinda.
I'm in your kingdom. This is your land.
So how I describe it is, the bar is the center or the heart of the casino.
Okay.
So that side is smoking on the right, well, from where we're standing on the right, and this side is non-smoking. It's the tables and the bar is like the center, and then the slot machines surround everything. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost identical sides with the tables on each side. The only difference is we have a craps table on this side.
I see.
And it might be a slightly different order of the tables on that side.
It's end of the night. You know, it's still high energy, but you know things are going to have to start closing down, you know, soonish.
Okay.
Where is the action? Where end of the night? Is it just the bar? Like so many people at the bar, they've kind of lost focus on the gambling thing, and now they're just pounding drinks.
Not really, because the bar closes the same time as the casino.
Oh. Okay.
So when the casino closes,
music just got really loud.
Yeah, we just right underneath the speaker.
Can't go there.
Because as soon as the casino closes, so I announce. Casino will be closing in approximately 30 minutes. The bar will also close after 30 minutes. So usually
you do that announcement? That's you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, whoever the casino host on closing shift is going to be doing that announcement. Yeah, there's usually a few people still playing, hanging around the slots, hanging around the tables.
Okay.
Sometimes our slot machines are 24 hours. So if it's the day before a sea day, for example, slot machines will stay open for 24 hours.
I love that.
In the Caribbean, some of our ports, the casino is allowed to open. St. Martin, hello. St. Martin.
Why is the music getting so loud?
No. St. Martin, where else are we open? Coco Cay, Labadee, all of Royal Caribbean's private islands. Yeah, the casino can just stay open.
Got it, okay.
But in Europe, we are closed every single port, so I have a very nice schedule.
Life is good. By the way, the person who is, you know, just really interrupted us with their music is the godmother of Utopia.
Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor. What a lovely gal.
So yeah, did you get to see the ceremony when she was there?
I did. I was at a really cool like private viewing party. They turned the karaoke, spotlight karaoke, into a like VIP section.
Oh yeah.
And a really nice group of people let me hang out with them, and I loved it. It was so lovely.
That's awesome.
I wanna. Maybe I shouldn't say. I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to say on the internet, you know, and not say. So I'll just say really nice people and leave it at that.
Awesome.
But it was very cool. Very cool.
Because I did not get the chance to see Lionel Messi when he opened Icon.
Shoot. Gosh.
It was a very closed-off private event.
It was in the Aquadome, right?
Correct.
Which is pretty small, actually, like surprisingly small for what you would think compared to like the.
If you compare
Theater.
I was going to say, if you compare it to the Aqua Theatre and Oasis, the Aquadome does feel smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe because it is smaller.
It is grander. It is definitely like, from what I've seen at least, like it is like, oh my gosh, what is this place? But as far as like human bodies inside of it, I think it's a bit smaller.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was very private event, very few crew members, only crew members who were working the event, and then I think 4 lucky crew members who won a competition.
Oh, that's so
was
cool.
able, which I did not win. Was able to get in, but everyone just started saying, "Oh, Chris, just ask Michael Bailey, he'll let you in."
Chris, are you like me? And when you see a sign that says "Please do not touch," everything within you just wants to just reach out.
We're walking past the Park West.
I had no interest until I
right
saw this, and now I'm tempted.
Yeah, we're walking through the Park West Art Gallery now, which is right next to the casino.
Yeah.
It's strange because it doesn't look like a gallery. It's just It just looks like the walkway to the.
They do them all so different too. Like
Yeah.
some are like bedazzled, and some are more just like a hallway.
Well, the art gallery on Icon of the Seas was like a tiny hole.
Really?
It's amazing how they were able to sell anything in there. But I do believe they were pretty successful,
Huh.
from what I hear.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. See, it's a port day today. We're docked in Naples, so
Yeah, it's
everyone is outside. So we kind of have the whole ship to ourselves to just.
It's currently 3:40, so yeah, this is the time when you're 100% out in port. Like,
Oh, because
there's
Naples
no
is
way
great.
people
Yeah.
have slept in this late, you know, and are still kind of getting going with their day. No, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
And it'd be crazy to come all this way on a cruise, pay all this money, and not get off of Naples because it's right there. There's no buses. There's no shuttles. There's no
Yeah.
like having to get through
And then
the mess of
if
it.
you want to take the ferry to Capri or one of the other islands nearby, it's so nice. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. Oh, I haven't been in a comedy.
I'm realizing I've never actually been here either. This is nuts.
Like, can you believe two of us have
I've
found
been on this
things
ship
that we
for
haven't?
60 days.
So this is the comedy club.
What the heck?
Oh, they've got games in here too.
So
Blaze nightclub.
Blaze doesn't do comedy. Comedy does comedy.
Yeah.
What in the
Bla-
world?
Blaze
This
will,
is so different.
Blaze will just be the nightclub. Yeah, because on other Oasis class ships, comedy is in Blaze, right?
Yeah.
And
Or this on Utopia is
The Diamond
extended
Lounge, no?
casino
well, yeah, our extended casino's next door.
next door. Right.
This would be the Diamond Lounge or the concierge lounge or
Whoa,
something.
you're so right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
This is. It's kind of like Twilight Zone. It's all the same, but it's all different at the exact same time. Like this is genuinely confusing me.
Yeah, it's nice and peaceful actually in here.
I've told people multiple times, hey, you know, where's comedy? Where's comedy? Where do I see the comedian? And I go, oh, go to the nightclub. I had no idea that there was actually a comedy club.
Yeah.
That just shows how long I've been on these
Our
ships.
casino's here.
Got
Let's see if there's any
Yes.
music playing in here. I can hear Adele right now,
Adele.
screaming her lungs.
Ooh, she's getting loud.
Is it playing in the casino? Yes, I think it is. So I need to stop filming in here. But this was the non-smoking casino. You can see it in my tour video. And the theatre, well, they might be rehearsing now. I'm not sure we can go in there.
Let's find out.
Do you have a favourite ship that you've ever worked on?
You know, I have favorite ships that aren't based on the ship itself, but they're just
Okay.
based on the people.
So
and the
what
memories.
is your favourite ship then?
It's a complete toss-up between my first two contracts that I did.
Oh, so celebrity.
Celebrity ships.
Yeah.
And not necessarily, again, because of the ship, but I just made, like, lifelong friends on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ships. It doesn't look like they're rehearsing. That's funny.
Yeah. No, I say it as well. My first ever contract will always be my favorite contract.
What was your first ship?
In Independence. So definitely not even the best Royal Caribbean ship out there. Wait, what is the main show here? The Broadway show. Is
Mamma
it?
Mia.
Oh, it's Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I think I might have said Saturday Night Fever in my video yesterday.
It's all right. It's a really good cast. Really, really, really talented cast.
Oh, I love Mamma Mia, and the second movie too. So I'll definitely have to watch this at some point. Won't be able to film it.
There's another show on here called Blue Planet, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And then the best show on the ship is the Country Crew Trio at the Mason Jar. Yeah.
So what's your work schedule on Allure?
Allure, we are just playing in the evenings mostly.
Every night?
Yeah, so you'll find us right around 8 o'clock till right around midnight. The times change a tiny bit here and there, but you can pretty much guarantee. You walk in there around 8, grab a drink, we'll show up. Some nights we'll show up at 8:30. Some nights we may show up at 9, but it's, you want to be there just to hang out for a while. You don't want to come in with no alcohol in your system.
Let's go to Mason Jar now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Might as well see where you work.
Yeah.
So we were already at the casino where I work. We're gonna go up to deck. Was it 15?
Deck 15. So we got to cross the whole ship. We got to go all the way across. So
Elevator.
what's the best way? Yeah.
Well, this elevator, right? Or the
Sure.
one on the other side.
Let's do this halfway.
Let's see how fast the elevator can come. Well, we've been filming for a long time. I've almost drained one battery.
How many do you have?
I've got 2 more.
The more the
It was more the music.
country music just blasted in.
So we're in Mason Jar.
Yeah.
It's a really cool venue, restaurant, and this is where you do your thing every night, right?
This is it. This is my tiny little
Get
stage.
up on stage. Let's see you.
Not-
I mean,
not in
there's no guitar, but
Proper outfit, but yeah, here it is. I look much more country when we're performing. Yeah, what the benefit of the bar, honestly, is that it's so much bigger than the other mason jars.
I was
So-
going to say, this doesn't look like the one on Wonder, how I saw it.
Completely different. So you're truly capped. In the other mason jar, you can fit about 34 people. 34 people
Yeah,
in
it's
chairs.
small, right?
And then anybody who's trying to stand in there is in front of somebody, and so nobody wants to stand. But in here, you can easily fit 80 to 100 if people are standing at all the tables. So it just makes it just more fun.
That's
Like
awesome.
honestly, more fun for us and more fun for the people who are in the bar, because they're like in a bar where things are like happening and the energy's up. So we know, especially when it gets like if it's high energy and it's fun in Europe, which isn't necessarily a country, listening crowd.
True.
When this room gets to Florida, it's insane. I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to get a chance to do that, because this would be like the ultimate venue
Oh,
to perform in.
this place is going to be
Yeah,
one of the best venues on the ship, I think.
it's cool. Yeah.
How often have you ate here?
Oh, I haven't
You've
yet.
never eaten?
Not on this ship.
I was about to say, what have you tried on the menu?
I've eaten on Wonder a ton, and I'm assuming it's
the same menu?
Very, very, very similar. I mean, it is the same menu.
Yeah.
Chefs change.
What
from time to time.
what did you eat on Wonder? Do you remember what
Everything.
you ate? Oh, you've tried everything?
I've eaten the entire menu because
Oh,
I was on
sweet.
Wonder for years.
Yeah.
You have enough time. You have enough time.
That's sweet. I can't remember what I ate at Wonder. I think it was one of the sandwiches.
If I have a favorite, then it's definitely like the eggs. What are those?
Oh,
what are
the
those
eggs?
eggs called? The deviled eggs. That's what they're called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I gotta turn the music back on, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
we turned the music down just so we could talk. All right, so I think we've waffled on a lot for today's video. I have no idea how long this video is going to be.
I don't even know what we talked about. To be honest, it was a lot.
I know. Well, for the first time meeting, we had a lot to say, and I think it's been a healthy conversation, and I think a lot of our viewers are gonna enjoy this video. So check out Brian's YouTube channel. Links will be in the description as well. Make sure you sign up to the Chris Wong Membership Club, and we are gonna enjoy our time we have left on board Allure of the Seas as crew members. And
God, it's beautiful.
yeah, the promenade looks great, right? Look how colorful
It
it
does,
is.
honestly. I think it's a cool promenade compared to the newer ones.
Yeah, the amplification is pretty sweet. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
See ya.